In the news today, government will not accept Shetty Jagan International Airport in current state, President Ali said. 2 years after the project was slated to be completed, it has now been taken over by the PPP-C government in an incomplete and downgraded state. In fact, the Granger-led APNU-AFC administration had settled for a denigrated design while paying more than the allocated $150 million. Minister Edgehill had told the media that they are seeking to have the defective works rectified and ensure strict compliance with the model design that was proposed. It was related that Guyana received a renovated airport as opposed to what it was bargained for. Government announces free childcare for frontline workers. Dr. Prasad noted that in the first phase, the program will be piloted to benefit healthcare workers, police officers, prison officers, fire service officers, security officers, and army officers, with children who are below the age of 7. Businessman relieved of gun, shot by suspected bandits on Lombard Street. During the confrontation, the businessman, who is a licensed firearm holder, was relieved of his gun and shot by one of the suspects who later escaped with the weapon. City youths protest for cleanup contracts. Scores of young men from across the city yesterday protested at Sideline Dam. La Penitence is their way of expressing an interest in cleanup contracts for their communities. The young men were interestingly enough led by a young woman. Anita Thorne, chairman of the Sideline Dam's Community Council, started their public demonstration at around 1300 hours. Police are investigating an alleged robbery under arms committed on Talia Camerton, age 22 years, a clerk, of UDV Lucht Front, West Coast Demerara, which occurred on Wednesday the 2nd of September 2020 on Dekendron Public Road, West Coast Demerara, by 2 unidentifiable males of African descent, one of whom was armed with a knife, and 1 unidentifiable female of African descent, all of whom were wearing masks over their faces, to wit. Inquiries disclosed that the victim was standing on the UDV Lucht Public Road, West Coast Demerara, awaiting transportation to go to Tushin, East Bank Essequibo when a gray Toyota 212 motor car stopped and she entered the car and sat at the back left passenger seat along with one of the male suspects. The female suspect was seated in the front passenger seat while the other male suspect was the driver. The car drove off and was proceeding towards Tushin, but while in the vicinity of Dekendron Old Road, West Coast Demerara, the suspect in the back pulled out a Rambo knife and threatened to kill the victim, and in doing so he took away her belongings. The driver continued to proceed west but then turned around in the vicinity of Zeelucht, East Bank Essequibo and continued to Burasari Public Road, West Coast Demerara and stopped the car where the suspect in the back seat opened the victim's door and pushed her out of the car, after which he drove away heading in the said eastern direction. Persons that were nearby noticed what had transpired and went to the victim's assistance. She then borrowed a cell phone where she contacted her relatives who went to her assistance. They then reported the matter to Leonora Police Station, where an all station was immediately circulated and the said motor car was intercepted by ranks at the Vreed en Hoop Junction, West Coast Demerara, where all 3 suspects were arrested and taken to the Vreed en Hoop Police Station. The general information of the suspects are as follows. 1 male of African descent, called Feynman, age 32 years, a taxi driver of Durban Street, Georgetown and the driver of the said motor car at the time. 1 male mixed race, age 23 years, a laborer of Parfait Harmony, West Bank Demerara, and 1 female of African descent, age 23 years, a vendor, of So Fire Squatting Area, Greater Georgetown. A search was carried out on the said motor car and the victim's items were recovered and later shown to her, who positively identified all to be her property. Same were taken into custody and lodged. Suspects were all placed into custody and are assisting with the investigation. The motor car was also lodged. Guyana Police Force, extra duties, money disappear. Police extra duties, money disappear, and 2 senior police ranks who are up for promotion are at the center of the allegation. Berbice woman arrested for possession of cocaine. Police have arrested a woman of Princetown, Corentin Berbice, in connection with the discovery of 21 grams of cocaine on Wednesday. Police headquarters in a statement noted that a search was conducted at the home between 12 o'clock hours and 13:50 hours for stolen articles, arms and ammunition, narcotics and a wanted person. Subsequently, 5 parcels of whitish rock-like substance suspected to be cocaine was found. 1 dead in accident on Rupert Craig Highway. A pedal cyclist killed in East Coast accident. 1 person is believed to be dead following an accident yesterday along the Rupert Craig Highway. News outlets understands that the victim is a 42-year-old male from North So Fire. This video is the aftermath of the robbery at Border Market.
Give back, somebody give back the phone. Take the phone and the money.
Got my bag in there. He come with the gun and latch it inside my chest.
Where the gun there? Where the gun?
Come and latch it on my chest. The bag is fucking bag outside.
Hey, put that cup on the mouth, put that there, man.
No, too much. I just find
Like them man want to live by.
Not for them, eh?
Like they want to live. They say they're going to walk. This is like them man want to live by. Raise up the man up by. Raise up the man up. Raise up the man up by. Take up the man up. Raise up the man up. Go for CT. I want to walk. What's up? I want to walk by. I want to walk. I want to get you face over there. Raise up your face. Let me sister about it. Let me sister about it. Raise up your face, buddy.